happy to see. So we have here the surprise of Diwali with us. Saswati just actually cleared PMP 2 days ago, and she chose to provide the journey on this beautiful day of Diwali. So I asked her, like, I messaged her at 4 p.m. or maybe earlier, can we start the journey? And she replied almost 2 hours later and said that, sorry, I was firing cracker for Diwali, and now we can record the journey. So that's good. Good to have you, Saswati, and that you are doing PMP, enjoying life, and doing all the things together. So we should learn time management from you. So first of all, my friend, congratulations for clearing PMP with all above target. Now it's your journey. Although you put it a beautiful comment on LinkedIn, thanking all the people like Hesam, Atif, Amir, and all other people in your batch. So here is your journey. Share it in any way you like. Then, as the people are joining, the question will come. Please share your journey.
Definitely. So, first of all, I would like to thank you for, maintaining such a positive community where you groom every student in their own personal way. That's amazing. I can never think of a mentor like you. I'm really thankful for that. And the way you guide, it's really awesome. So, to start with my journey, uh, I had zero knowledge about PMP, as you know. Before, I wanted to pursue CAPM first, and then, if I cleared that, I wanted to go for PMP. But then you suggested if you want to come with me for mentorship, then you have to go for PMP. Otherwise, I'll show you some Udemy tutorial and you can go for it. Don't come to my coaching class. Then you gave me 15 minutes, and I was like, okay, let me think, and I thought and then replied you back saying, okay, I want to pursue PMP. I know, I think I can do it with your mentorship. Then we started with it, and there was also a reason. I used to take a coaching class in Bangalore as well. But that trainer I did not like. But along with that, I was also watching your videos. Then I thought, no, this is the right person, like I should go for. And I was watching Mina's actually journey video that day, and she was telling, like, if you want the shortest path to achieve PMP, then you should go for Amar sir. Then I was like, no, I have to make this decision. And I was in training of that class. I attended two classes and then I dropped off and I joined yours. And I
Okay,
think that was the best decision I made.
okay. Okay, and you joined
So,
in batch 11, right? So
yeah, that's correct.
let me put few things in the context. Actually, Saswati had 3 years of experience. Everything she had, the only thing she lacked was the confidence. She kind of had that thing in her mind that first you need to have CAPM, then it is. I said, why? Like many people, I received almost daily queries from the students having 1 year, 2 year experience who want to do PMP. I always give them the same link of Udemy that go and join to CAPM. But if you have 3 years of experience, then there is no reason you should do CAPM. CAPM, let me put it in plain words, has no value in the market. When you put the cost, the value, you don't have that much value in there. So if you have more than 3 experience, then go for PMP. But if you are fresher, then go for CAPM because you will understand how things work in the project. Okay, that is important. Okay, please continue.
So after that, I attended the 6 days training period, and I followed all the path, whatever you said, those 50 questions I did. Then I followed your mocks. I completed all your 6 mocks. Then I went with Prepcast. I was doing 60, 60, 30 questions. And then I started doing a Prepcast. My score was like quite good in your mocks, but when I started doing Prepcast, which was time boxed, like the score was not that great. It was like 65, 67, like that. But then I decided, oh, I have to give it a go. I got inspired from Atif's journey. Then I thought, no, I should go for it. And I
Atif,
booked the exam. I did not tell you.
Atif made things like so simple for others that people start thinking like it is. I still remember the comment he put it in the, like, people ask what should we study. He said that you have taken 6 days training, so you don't need to study anything. Go do mocks and give exam. So he's kind of an interesting guy. Okay, yeah, yeah. You kind of surprised me. I kind of asked you please update, and of course I did not get update from you for 3 4 hours, and after 3 4 hours, I got a message. I became certified PMP. I was like, what? What is happening here? That was a good thing. Okay, okay.
So
So, yeah, please.
there was an interesting thing. Actually, before that, I said to Sinu and Parikshit that I have scheduled my exam and I need their support. But as Sinu was, like staying in Australia, so like I spoke to her twice, but due to time zone difference, we could not connect more. I connected with Parikshit and I really thank him for totally, guiding me for those last 2 3 days. I was in continuous contact with him and he really helped me out, so I really would like to thank him.
Prakshit is an awesome guy. There is
Yeah,
no doubt in that. He's very kind. He's very like he's like a guy you want to have a friend. So that's a
yeah.
good thing to have. He's someone you must be friend with. So yeah, batch, and I have to put it. I don't know what was the thing that batch 11. Every guy, every guy was so supportive that even Atif belongs to batch 10. He, in his journey, thanked many of the batch 11 people, and I'm really amazed with the kind of students we had. And the beauty of batch 11 was people was from India, from Pakistan, from Bangladesh, from Australia, from Germany, from US, from Canada, like all over the world. All the continents
Yeah.
were covered in that batch, and all of them were working such a fine pace that I was amazed. Okay, so please continue with the journey.
Yeah,
Sure.
and we also had a closed group of small group of people where we used to discuss few questions, or if we used to have some doubts, we used to post there, and it was really nice, like getting inputs from others and clarifying our doubts. So it was really helpful. So that's how it went. And with your mocks I was getting like 68, 70, 76. But in prepcast, yeah, I was lagging, and one of the reasons I was lagging I realized the last day, because I used to make notes of those RCAs, but I never tried to revise them again and again. So that was what was lagging in me, and I realized in the last day. So whoever is preparing, please go through your RCAs again and again, so that is really helpful.
Yeah, the purpose of RCA is basically to do the revision of that. Na? If you don't do the revision of RCA, then it becomes useless. That is an important thing. That's an important thing to do.
Yeah.
Okay, and let's talk about how much my mocks were relative in the real exam. How much value they played in the real exam.
They were really valuable. I must say it was very helpful, and I could relate with the questions. Your mocks were very helpful, most relatable. Like Prepcast also helped to clear my concepts, and time boxed, because time boxing is very much important in your PMP, because you do not have time to think over the questions again and again and go through, read twice or thrice. Only once you need to read and then put a tick, whichever is like appropriate to you. So I
Okay,
think your
okay,
mocks were very much valuable.
okay, okay. So let's talk about the exam. How was the exam? Your exam was in center or in home?
Yeah, it was in center, so I had to travel one night. I went 2 days before, and
Good. Even you did
yeah,
not told, but I am happy that you basically traveled, because if your exam is near, you don't travel, then it becomes a very difficult thing. Yeah, I'm
because I
happy that.
used to watch journeys, so I know how the process goes, so it helped me.
Okay, okay, and then once you reach the center, how the exam went? What were the things?
So they verify your passport and all identity cards. Then you go to exam. It was like 180 questions and 230 minutes with two breaks. Then my exam was mostly agile. Then, as usual, teams, communication, stakeholder, and more questions were from virtual teams, change, and very few questions were there from processes.
Hmm. So the virtual team is becoming more and more important as we are playing in
Yeah,
the finals. So that's a good thing. But the team topic still remains the top, right?
yeah, correct.
Okay, teams topics still remain the number one thing that we need to focus on the PMP preparation. And agile, was the Scrum framework enough for the agile thing, or you needed anything else for that?
No, Scrum was more than enough. Just while you are giving the exam, you must have an agile mindset. Even though you do not know the answer, if you tick with agile mindset, most of the chances are there that it would be correct. So you should have that agile mindset in your mind while answering the questions.
So just what they want to know one thing. Since you were
Yeah.
100% clean slate, no experience whatsoever, did you study any book?
No, no, not at all. Actually, my previous trainer gave me a book of 640 pages, and I'm not a girl who will go through books. And I was like, I cannot do PMP.
Which book was that?
Like, he wrote that book, so
Ah,
he was the author of it, yeah. And I
good,
was
good.
like, that's why I wanted to go for CAPM, because I was surprised. Oh my god, I can't study this much.
Yeah, yeah. Because most of the trainers they actually provide Rita, and I was just having a conversation with one of the guy that his trainer provided him to study Rita, and Rita is more of a outdated. It is not updated. And PIM book you need to read three books: PIM book, Agile Guide, and seventh edition. So that does not. And I put the first thing in my training with every day one when I am sharing everything. So the first thing, you don't need to read any book. Not only you don't need to read any book, you must not read any book, because if you start reading books, it will start wasting the time, and I don't recommend that. Yes, for now, Saswati, now I highly recommend that you read seventh edition. You read seventh edition,
Sure,
you read
sure.
Israel Guide. I highly recommend for the knowledge purpose, to gain knowledge. Once you have done PMP, then read the book, gain the knowledge. But for the exam, no, 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 no. You don't need to read the book. My material is more than enough. And Saswati is a great example in front of you. Not just her, we have 222 certified PMP. All of them are example of that. Okay, Saswati, let's talk about the exam. How did you manage time?
Actually, my first section was lengthy, so I kind of took 85 minutes over that. And second section I took 80 minutes, and third I had only 65 minutes. I somehow managed to do the third section because the pace at which you are going, right? So it will be increased, and you can answer at that time. So it was fine for me. I could
Yeah, yeah.
manage it.
And what you did in the breaks?
I took a Cadbury, I ate my chocolates and did deep breathing, and I was very calm, so it was helpful.
It was helpful. Yeah, this is very
Yeah,
important. This is very important to take a chocolate just to give you the perspective. Okay,
yeah.
so how many drags and drop you have?
I had two drags and drops.
Only.
Yeah,
How many questions with where you have to select multiple answers?
multiple answers, 4 to 5.
4 to 5. Okay, okay.
Yeah,
And any graph questions?
I had one graph question. It was a burn down chart.
Burn down chart. Okay. Any other different thing apart from single options?
Yeah, there was one power interest grid question where I, had to choose that particular square box where the stakeholder should lie, and that. So it was there.
Okay, okay.
One
That's
kind of
that's
different question, yeah.
That's a good thing. A graph question. Okay, now let's talk more about apart from agile stakeholder communication and questions were More questions there?
Yes, yes, there were communication, more questions.
There were more questions on communication. Good, good. Okay, and what about risk quality?
They were there, but very few, like three, four questions.
The few. And what about quality and procurement?
Procurement, I did not see much, hardly three, four questions. I think risk maybe six, seven I would have got, but procurement, quality, I did not find much questions in that area.
Okay, okay. So that's a good thing. What about compliance? Were there any questions straightforward to compliance?
Very few questions, not much.
How many?
I cannot exactly recall, but they were compliance concepts were there, but not that much. Maybe three, four was,
Okay,
yeah.
okay, makes sense. And very important. I almost forget. Change request.
Yeah, it was there, heavily there. Change request was there. And virtual teams, actually, I got a lot of questions from virtual teams.
That goes
Maybe
without saying.
10, 12 questions.
And I did mention multiple times in the coaching calls that see, yeah, it makes sense. You see, my wife is a project manager in a software house. They are working from last 2.5 years in home. Then last 3 months ago they started 2 days in office. Now they are going to start next week 3 days from office, something like that. So still, and I was checking yesterday. Many of the organization in US, they are doing your choice to work at home. So of course the world has changed. And if
Yeah,
you must go with the mindset that you will get a question on virtual team, you must know how to manage the virtual team, how to manage the virtual
yeah,
team. And like Saswati, we are virtual team, so how we were coordinating. You have
yeah.
Diwali and now you came to here. I was expecting like there were some crackers background noise there. Actually expecting that the crackers noise, but I'm amazed there are no noise. I kind of miss them. They should be there. Okay.
Yeah, actually, it is there, but I don't know. Maybe it's not, audible to you, but I can hear them.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe then I'm missing them because I had
Hmm.
a class with Dev. He's my DSM student. So we were having class. There were a lot of crackers noise. I was enjoying them. So yeah. Okay. Okay. So Swati, your advice to PMPS before that. Any critical path question?
Critical path? No, I did not had any.
MBTI?
No.
Formula question apart from CPI SPI.
Um, Story point kind of, not exactly formula, but it was already there. The velocity was already mentioned. It was kind of asking some theoretical questions related to that.
Okay, okay, okay. So your advice to PMP aspire.
I would say practice, practice, and practice. Practice is the only key to success, and do your RCS. That's all is required for clearing PMP.
Okay, thank you very much, Swati. Now you know that I don't have to say that to your group. Each one teach one. Still, there are few people
Yeah,
in your batch 11. You need to work with them. Then batch 12, batch 13 is just new. We didn't have any. We will be getting in the 5 to 6 days certified PMPs from there. But you need to work with them. Each one teach them, work with them, guide them throughout the PMP journeys. How you can do that. Then, very important thing, Saswati. I need PMP questions from you, exam
yeah,
like
sure.
question, not the real question. We cannot share that. You know that that's against the codes
Yeah,
of ethics. So exam like question, and finally, enjoy Diwali. Yeah. Enjoy things like that and celebrate because it's the function of lightning, celebration of lightning. So enjoy it. Become certified PMP. And thank you very much once again for joining us.
Thank you very much, Amir. I'm really grateful to you.
Bye.
Bye bye.